Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of the end of year fleet list. This is the first vehicle on part 2 and it starts with my DMU, and this DMU is a Network Southeast Class 101 and it is a Lima version. This is only one of 2 locos on my fleet that is actually from Lima. The other one was the Tati 73 and this is the only other Lima on my layout, and this particular one is basically because Batman don't do an NSC version, and actually quite frankly this Lima one still stands up pretty well, although it doesn't have any lighting on it. I have modified it slightly by taking off the couplings off the front, and I did some big buffers on the front of it from one of my Helgen stock, and that gives a more accurate representation of the 101. And it runs really well. I mean, it's a bit noisy like the old Limas are, but like I said, it runs beautifully, and I do like it a lot. It wouldn't cost too much, I don't think, to put lighting and things in it if I really wanted to. But like I said, Batman haven't come out with a Network Southeast version, and I think this one still stands up well to the test of time. My next loco is this EMU. It's a 416 EPB in the blue-grey livery with the Network Southeast branding, and I have to say I love this, all DMUs. In fact, I like all my DMUs and EMUs just because they're just so easy to use, and if you've got like little layouts and stuff like that, they're just so easy to just play without having to do any sort of shunting. If you're not really a shunting person, and you don't really like doing too much of that, EMUs and DMUs, they just literally just go straight in, straight out, and it's very easy if you just want a quick mess around. And it's a Batman. It is a Batman, and the detail on it is great. It's superb. It runs fantastic, like all Batmans do. It's got lighting on it, and it's a great representation of a 2-car EPB. Next comes my little Class 108 DMU in the blue-grey livery, and this thing is absolutely bulletproof, and it has been in so many of my running videos, and I absolutely love it to pieces. And it's just, I just love seeing it run on a layout. I must admit, out of all my DMUs, I think this one I just love it seeing it go around my layout. It's absolutely superb. And it's a Batman version and all the usual refinements with it. You know, it's super detail, super running qualities, running head and tail lights. Yeah, it's just a great little run and fantastic for many layouts, rather big and small, and branch lines. And I remember travelling on them too, so I love this little DMU to pieces. The last of the DMUs that I have is this rather unorthodox, for me anyway, green Class 105 DMU. In many ways there's no real reason for it to be on my layout, but the fact is I do have a bit of a thing for green diesels and green DMUs, and I guess if I was to make another little layout, it'd probably be in the green era, and I can just use this as a heritage sort of vintage sort of thing, and I love this one. I mean, I picked it up brand new at a super bargain price, so I saved a lot of money on this rather than paying a full retail price, and it's what sort of finally persuaded me to actually get one of these, and I'm very happy with it. And like the other DMUs from Batman, they all run sweet as a nut, and you know, the usual bits and pieces, head and tail lights, and like I said, it just runs superb, and I'm very happy with it. Next on my fleet list is this Batman 4-set. It's got the usual refinements from Batman. It's got the lighting front and back, it's got the lighting inside. It runs really well, although I have had one or two issues with it, but it has been corrected, so it's now running well again. It epitomises the era that I'm trying to replicate and I remember fondly travelling on these EMUs. The last of my EMUs is this Forvet by Hornby, and I do like it because I have such fond memories of riding on these slam doors, and it's such a good representation, and it fits really nicely with the layout. Hornby have just recently brought out the blue-grey version, which I saw yesterday, and was sorely tempted to buy it. I'm not 100% sure yet whether I will or not. I am sorely tempted because I think it will just sit on the layout and fit the layout nicely, and especially with the recent progress that I've been making on the layout in terms of the underground section. It will slip and slide into the tunnel and platform section really well and really nicely, and I can imagine it rounding the curve and looking absolutely pretty sweet on that. So yeah, I'm sorely tempted to get the blue-grey version, but I'm very happy with this Network Southeast version that I have. Next in my fleet is this Haljan Class 33116 Hertfordshire Rail Tours. This is the original Haljan Class 33 tooling, not the new version, but it still stands up really well. I love this loco to pieces because I just think it looks absolutely spot on. I remember when the Lima versions came out and they looked absolutely awful, and the Haljan done such a great job. People did complain about the original Haljan 33s, but personally I don't see anything wrong with them, and I love this one to pieces as well. I haven't got a new version. I'm thinking of getting a green one with the yellow warning panels at the front and the white window surrounds. So that's one that I'm considering purchasing, like the one that Dave Howard's got on his layout. The next family member is this Class 37 in the Red Stripe Rail Freight Grey livery, which is 37506. I did originally have another green one, but I got shot of that one because I was never reusing it and it was just constantly parked up doing nothing, so I just thought I'd give it to a better home, and quite frankly I wanted to get a green one with the split head code boxes. But this one does get used, and it's a nice mixed traffic sort of locomotive, and I kind of use that in all sorts of freight. So it's just a way of just trying to use all the locos that I have. It's got lighting in both directions. It's like most Bachmann locos, it runs very smoothly, and yeah, I'm pleased with this loco, and it does get used, so yeah, it's nice. I like it. The next class in my fleet is this Class 60. I have two in my fleet. The first is 60062, and it's Samuel Johnson. It's in the petroleum livery. And after the Class 50s, these are the next class that's second in terms of favourite. I love this Class 60. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I also think they were withdrawn far too early also, and superseded by the 66s, which seem to be the more common type of locos running. But I do love the 60. My other 60 is this 60, and it's 60077, and it's called Knisp. And it's in the mainline interim version before they were painted in blue. And this is about as new as I can get in the era that I'm running, but in truth, with modeller's license, I guess you can just use whatever you like really. But the one thing I would say about these 60s, I have mentioned it previously on another video, is when you use the couplings is to take the spring out, so it doesn't derail whatever's behind it. So that's just a quick, for those of you who aren't familiar with that, if you just take the spring out, that will help the 60s running with whatever they've got behind them. The next steady loco in my fleet is this single car Helgen DPU 128 in the Royal Mail red livery, and it's absolutely stunning to look at. The detail from Helgen is amazing. I mean, it's so well detailed, and it's really spot on. It's got directional lighting, the cab lights work, and there's nothing not to like about this DPU. It's a lovely little runner, it's so smooth, it's quiet. Yeah, Helgen definitely got this one right. Full marks to Helgen for this one. Finally, for my fleet list is going to be this, I think they call it a PCV vehicle. I'm not exactly sure. I could get it wrong actually. Basically, it forms the end of my mail train and the push me pull you service, and a number of these sort of luggage vans were converted and whatnot, and I think they call them PCVs or something like that. Forgive me if I'm wrong, like I said. So this is the final vehicle in my fleet list, although it doesn't have a motor. I bought this off my local model shop, and it was a conversion kit from a Mark 1 coach. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned and look out for the end of year review, and I'll speak to you soon. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.